Coriolanus released a fistful of cabbage into the pot of boiling water and swore that one day it would never pass his lips again. But this was not that day. He needed to eat a large bowl of the anemic stuff and drink every drop of broth to prevent his stomach from growling during the reaping ceremony. It was one of a long list of precautions he took to mask the fact that his family, despite residing in the penthouse of the capital's most opulent apartment building, was as poor as district scum. That, at 18, the heir to the once great house of Snow had nothing to live on but his wits. His shirt for the reaping was worrying him. He had an acceptable pair of dark dress pants bought on the black market last year, but this shirt was what people looked at. Fortunately, the academy provided the uniforms it required for daily use. For today's ceremony, however, students were instructed to be dressed fashionably, but with the solemnity the occasion dictated. Tigress had said to trust her, and he did. Only his cousin's cleverness with a needle had saved him so far. Still, he couldn't expect miracles. The shirt they dug from the back of the wardrobe, his father's from better days, was stained and yellow with age. Half of the buttons missing, a cigarette burn on one cuff, too damaged to sell in even the worst of times. And this was to be his reaping shirt? This morning he had gone to her room at daybreak, only to find both his cousin and the shirt missing. Not a good sign. Had Tigress given up on the old thing and braved the black market in some last-ditch effort to find him a proper clothing? And what on earth would she possess worth trading for it? Only one thing, herself. And the house of Snow had not yet fallen that far. Or was it falling now as he salted the cabbage? He thought of people putting a price on her, with her long, pointed nose and skinny body. Tigress was no great beauty, but she had a sweetness, a vulnerability that invited abuse. She would find takers if she had a mind to. The idea made him feel sick and helpless and consequently disgusted with himself. From deep in the apartment he heard the recording of the capital anthem, Gem of Panem, kick on. His grandmother's tremulous soprano voice joined in, bouncing off the walls. This was the first page to the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. This is the prequel to the Hunger Games series. It is from the perspective of Cornelius Snow. And if you've read the Hunger Games, you know that Snow is pretty much the antagonist of the Hunger Games. So this is where it all started, and it's going to take you and show you his perspective a little bit. I have not read the whole thing yet. I just read the first page to you. I actually, every time I saw this book at the store, I was like, I just can't spend the money yet. I can't spend the money yet. And then I went to TJ Maxx and found it for $10. Not gonna lie, there's 2 or 3 copies of it still. You might have to go into it's in the kids section by the clearance, and then they also had one in the kids section by the regular kids books, like the little kid books. They had this, and they also had Midnight Sun, which was a Friday book before too. But for $10, I'll buy it and I'll read it because I haven't made it to the library in a while. But I also Googled it, and it looks like they're working on making the movie for this book. You might be, if you look it up, if you just Google Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, you'll find an 8-minute video from Comic-Con that talks about it. But I think that some of you, if you are Hunger Games fans, you might really enjoy this book. So, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. It's gotten good and bad reviews, and maybe you want to make up your mind on that one. Have a great day.